More Jackson, man. And we are back with another episode. This man is angry. We're back with another episode of Nothing But Facts, Season 3, Episode 31. I'm Chloe Rogers, grandson of Steve Rogers, son of Aaron Rogers. And I'm here with the bestest co host, the most angriest person in the whole wide world, Mr. Trill Bill. What's
Yeah,
wrong?
man. We here. I'm here. I'm alive. That's can't
Hey,
say the same.
yeah, I think you're allowing you tested. Let's just start off with your Ravens, man. We know basketball's on a little break, and we know football starts next Thursday. So let's start off with your Ravens because J.K. Dobbins, I was high on him since last year. I've been telling you because I'm a crackhead for fantasy, and I'm pretty sad because I took him in a dynasty league. So let's hear what your Ravens are gonna do, missing their RB1 now for the season.
Shit. Where do I start? It's a sad day. Like I saw the play live. I remember watching it,
It was
and
bad. I think I was at
it,
work,
I mean, it was the way it happened. It was like, all
but
right,
it was
check.
was it on his own or did he get tackled and his knee
Oh
just?
no, he got hit on the knee, and like if it happened a lot harder and a lot faster, it would have been a lot similar to the Willis McGahee situation because his knee was planted in the ground and he was hit, but it wasn't as deep into the ground and he didn't go back as far. But yeah, it's still towards ACL. It's a wrap. So Gus Edwards, yeah, everyone, if you don't have Gus Edwards, you need to have Gus Edwards. The man is a monster. If you haven't realized that, he's a fucking issue. So I ain't too worried. And then we're great with picking up undrafted people. We got Tyson Williams out of BYU, signed him. Still got Justice Hill. I ain't too worried. And I mean, shit, we still have basically a top five running back as our quarterback as well. So at the end of the day, yeah, JK missing is gonna hurt, but shit, we gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. I ain't
You
stressing. We
think
got
it's gonna
hella
be
receivers.
a running back by committee, or Gus is gonna handle most of the workload?
Gus is gonna be promoted to running back one, so he'll probably get anywhere. He was going to see if JK was going to start, he would see maybe 8 to 10 carries a game. Now that's gonna be anywhere from 15 to 25 carries a game. And yeah, it's gonna be the next man up basically.
But they bumped him up like crazy in the fantasy rankings, like top 60, top 50 player now.
Oh, I mean, last people got to think like you
Didn't
can
he rush for 1,000?
actually no, he rushed for 800, 900 yards. Like the thing with Gus Edwards is you don't have to really have him rostered in too many leagues, but he'll still do stupid points just because we get up on people, we rotate our backs. It's a lot. Like we just be fucking people up regardless.
You got a question in the chat for your boy Bateman.
Yeah. Shit, Rashad Bateman. Honestly, I think he'll be back a lot sooner than a lot of people are expecting. He's probably starting to run next week sometime soon, if not earlier than that. But there's no need to rush him back. We got Sammy, we got Hollywood, we've got Prochet balling, Duvernay balling in the preseason. Mark Andrews is still himself. And to me, the pressure really isn't on Rashad Bateman. The most pressure in this receiving core is on Miles Boykin. Like that man, he just gets me hot, bro. Like he's 6'4", 220, runs a 4.4. What else is there to talk about,
Why you guys draft the big receivers that like they just don't pan out? It's
bro?
like
That's supposed to be Chase Claypool before Chase Claypool. Same school and everything. Like I don't get it. It's fucking retarded.
But yeah, let's move into the rookie quarterbacks. I see you just having a bad week because now Zach Wilson going crazy, and you just like, oh god, he gonna make me eat my words. That boy looking crazy.
I watched him against y'all, and it was so disheartening. But then I had to remember, it's like you said, y'all defense just be giving it up to any and everybody some days.
Yeah.
So I had to take that with a grain of salt. I wasn't too upset, and I'm like, look, at the end of the day, rookies are gonna have some success and they're gonna have some struggles, just for the fact that you don't really have too much real film on them, especially with the coaches they're with now and the athletes they have now. So Corey Davis is going to eat this year. Like to me, that's the only thing I took away from all the preseason. Corey Davis is gonna fuck some shit up this
Over
year.
50% of the targets that were to him. he,
Bro,
was, he was looking like a superstar.
he's looking like that top receiver that came out of Western Michigan that a
Mm-hmm.
top 10 pick was used on by
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee. So
And he's
hey,
not old either. He just like, bro, he could really spaz us here. He's
it's
not
the
even
fact that
27.
you had AJ Brown, just a fucking baby Hulk.
And wasn't he
Like
battling injuries before AJ Brown got there?
yeah, and to me, it's those Ole Miss receivers. Like they're just fucking built different. Like
Besides Laquan Treadwell, everyone else built different. A moment of silence for Laquan Treadwell. Hope he's doing well. Another rookie quarterback. Let's stay in the same division. Mr. Mac Jones, Cam Newton. You know he put out that, bro. I don't even. It's like you have to go to school for coding because what type of keyboard does he have and the messages he'd be like interpreting with these words that he'd be saying. But yeah, Mac Jones, Bill knows what he's doing. He obviously does. He sees
to
him. He's like,
me,
oh, Tom Brady. I made it work with Tom. These short passes, yeah. Mac Jones, you're gonna do that too. Jacoby Harris gonna eat. Damian Harris gonna eat. Jacoby Myers. All these boys are gonna eat. Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. He's really gonna run that double tight end shit now.
it said a lot. I mean, I think I was reading a practice Twitter thread the other day, and it was like Mac Jones goes 19 of 23 with like 3 touchdowns, and like the only incompletions were drops or some shit. And it's like, well, damn. If that's the case, then it's a wrap, big dog. Like as much as I love Cam Newton for so many different reasons, black quarterback, shit, Heisman Trophy winner, went to the Super Bowl, MVP, everything like that.
Shit
But
came down 21-0 and beat Alabama. He's a legend.
exactly. So it's like, bruh has done it all. But it's like, this kid, Mac Jones, is just, it's different. Like, he's got that anticipation shit down where it's like, look, these receivers aren't going to be open all the time, but I can throw him open for a half a second, half a step. And he's so used to doing that because you had those fucking demons running around.
Fucking
At,
Judy Ruggs,
you know,
Waddle,
Jerry
Smith.
Judy, Ruggs, Devontae. Brett literally had
Four
four
first round
round
receivers.
receivers
There
in the
was the
same.
tweet. It was the tweet, bro. They were all there at the same time. Najee Harris and Damian Harris were there at the same time. All three quarterbacks that are on the Eagles, Patriots, and Dolphins were there at the same time. Nick Saban's just like shit. That's me.
I'm trying to think anybody notable out of their secondary. I'm like Sertan was there, but
Bro, they always have Krakens on that defense. They always do.
oh yeah, to the thing that most people need to pay attention to, I think last year their secondary was 70 starting secondary was 75% from Broward and Dade County. Like it was foolish as hell. I was like, yeah, Nick Saban's like, why try? I could just go down here, get these niggas that's been running 4-4 since
He
they
doesn't
was
even get stressed.
third
He's
year.
like, let me just take one trip to South Florida. Be like, you know who I am. All right, come on, let's go. You can get
Legit.
Camaros now. We're not gonna get in trouble. Come on.
Nick Saban probably used to be afraid to go to the hood, but now he just shows up to Liberty
He's
City
appreciated. He's
and it's
invited to
like,
the homes, the
hey,
cookouts, all that. He's
I got
vibing.
the scholarships. You feel me?
You're gonna be a first round pick.
What we talking about right
Same shit
now?
with Calipari. Calipari go into those homes. He's like, your son's gonna be a lottery pick. Where are the papers here? Come on.
Like what we eating for dinner type shit. Like
Pretty
let's
much.
speed this up. But the next rookie quarterback I want to talk about, Justin Fields. That hit
Spectacular
he took,
preseason.
that hit he took, I honestly think like that's why we didn't see so many other starting quarterbacks in this preseason, especially in week 3, because it's like, yo, he could have died. Like I thought nothing else besides, yo, he at least has a concussion. And then they were like, oh, he walked it off and he stayed in the game. And I'm like, bro, y'all didn't test him for a concussion?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many issues with that. His helmet came off, his headband came off. Like, I thought he was gone straight to the grave. But he's been balling. I don't know why Andy Dalton says some of the things that he says. That shit is beyond me.
Got
It
too much
makes,
pride.
it's nice to have pride, but it's like, bro, you look at how Joe Flacco took that shit. Joe Flacco understood the writing on the wall. He knew what time it was when we took Lamar Jackson, even though it was a 30-second pick, the last pick in the first round. He
Mhm.
knew shit, I need to start working with him. And if you sound politically correct and you support the young dude, your ass will have multiple jobs for multiple teams for years to come. It's just that simple. But when you go and start doing shit like this, and you start talking like, "Oh, it's my time still," Andy Dalton, if it was your time still, you would still be in Cincinnati, and Joe Burrow wouldn't be the quarterback. Let's face it, bro. So I
Hey,
don't
that's the
want
hard truth. Hey, sometimes these guys got to get their ego checked. That's gonna happen in the first month of the season. And then he's gonna be benched. Like he should be a role player. Look at Joe Flacco. Just collect that paycheck. Do it for your family. Joe Flacco's been a backup. We're in Denver on the Jets, and he's just chilling. Check, please. Just like that.
to. I'm
That's
chilling,
all you need.
and all he did was say the right things. And like I said, you get multiple jobs from multiple teams to come. Yo,
Justin Fields. Justin Fields, 30 for 49, 276 pass yards, 92 rush yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 97 passer rating this preseason. That's
he
QB1.
literally said the game isn't that fast to him. Like most people are saying that the game needs to slow down for them. It's still coming too quick. Things of that. He's like, nah, bro. College was the shit Urban Meyer had me doing, and them other niggas. Yeah, that shit was way harder, bro. This light work.
I just seen a tweet that said I'll never forget because Jake Fromm got cut and some guy said I'll never forget when Kirby Smart chose Jake Fromm over Justin Fields.
Exactly, bro. Because it's
Tragic.
like, excuse me, like Jake. Don't get me wrong, Jake Fromm wasn't bad at Georgia. Hell, he took him to national
Nah, but he
championship.
couldn't get it done. He couldn't get past Bama. So you were just at a standstill every single season. He said he was gonna stay to the senior season. After he got beat by Bama junior year, he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. I'm not gonna beat him next year. Let's just go.
My thing is, I think if I'm not mistaken, only mobile quarterbacks can beat Bama. Like you got to be able to use your legs, and it's just that
That
simple.
defense too quick.
The defense is full of fucking NFL. You're basically
Broward
playing
County.
into an NFL defense. Like
It's Broward
there's
County.
no way to
You can't stop
describe
that.
it. Next rookie quarterback, shit. Trying to think of who it is that we haven't covered yet.
I mean, shit, you know the pretty boy wonder Trevor Lawrence.
That whole
This
situation
man
is
Urban
kind of.
Meyer announced him as the starting quarterback. Like we didn't know that since he got fucking drafted.
I'm just like, to me, it's so weird that whole situation. Like, I don't
That team is
understand
lost.
why you traded Gardner Minshew, because it's like, okay, you named Trevor Lawrence the starter, and that's a pretty damn good backup to have, if not one of the best backups to have in the whole NFL right now. Just because we've seen what he does when he comes in, he's like the new Nick Foles, basically.
That's Uncle Rico.
So it's like you win and you traded that, and it's I don't get me wrong. I know what Trevor Lawrence can do. I've seen it for so many years at Clemson, but you lose ETN. You had that whole Tebow situation, and you ended up cutting a tight end who's now about to be a starter for the Ravens. And he's going to do numbers this year.
Who they
Remember
cut?
the name Josh Oliver. He's 6'5", 6'6", 250, looking like a receiver. So, yeah. I
You know,
don't
all
know.
these rookie quarterbacks go through growing pains. The only thing that's saving Trevor is that weak ass division that they play in, literally, because he gonna go through some stuff. All of these guys do, man. They call him the next Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, in the beginning of his career, man was throwing interceptions left and right. To this day, he was still throwing interceptions left and right. Trevor gonna get hit.
I'm just like that. The way that division is set up, it's like kind of the perfect storm for him in his rookie year because we don't know what the fuck is happening in Houston. It's like I don't know
I
if
don't
this
think
man
anyone
is
does.
guilty or not. If all of this is made up, what's really going on?
I just
Don't
found
know.
out today that Tyrod Taylor is the quarterback. I didn't know who the hell it was, but at least he has a restart. But with, of course, look what he has to restart with. You
Shout
gotta
out
go.
Tyrod Taylor because I remember that whole situation last year. The man
They
almost
said puncture his lungs so we could start Herbert. No one could tell me different. Ain't no coincidence, bro. Ain't no fucking coincidence. And there,
bro.
and
The
then
doctor
the
was
rest
like,
is history.
he was like, and he just said fuck it.
He got paid. The
Oh, of
bag
course.
man.
The owner and the coach was like, hey, they said start Herbert today, so make it happen. Make it happen, boss. It's just that simple. And shit, who's our last rookie quarterback that we
Oh,
haven't?
it's Trey Lance. I got the ratings right here from
Oh my
PFF.
god,
Number one is Mac Jones at a 92.2, Zach Wilson 85.7, Trevor 78.3, Justin Fields 67.6, and Trey Lance 56.7. But I don't think Trey Lance played like that because Trey Lance big time. He gonna take Jimmy G. Jimmy G's gone. Jimmy G's out of there by the end of this year. He's not
not only
starting the whole year.
that, it's just like Trey Lance is scary. It's like
Mm-hmm.
he to me, he's damn near got Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson accuracy,
And the
but
feet, he can run.
he's got the Justin Fields type feet. Like this boy can take the fuck off. So it's like he is literally the best of both worlds. And then you got him with probably a top 5 creative mind in the NFL. If we be in a buck, like Shanahan's not a bad offensive coach at all. He just
He's not.
common
He makes
sense.
all those running backs over there look insane. He was for the first 2 weeks before Raheem Mostert just started falling apart. He made his ass look like a top 5 running back, like back to back 15+ weeks. You got
Bruh, it was Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman,
Tevin
Raheem
Coleman
Mostert.
looked like a star when he went over there.
Like, bruh, he was literally
Trey
putting
Sermon about to go crazy.
Brandon Wilson. He was pulling people out the woodwork, just being like, hey, run this stretch play, and they gonna block it. Use check finna block it. Kittle gonna block. Touchdown.
Shit, they got Kittle's the best blocking tight end, so Lance gonna be protected, and he got that. Yeah, and then Ayuk's a baller. Debo out the slot. That's a nice team over there, and their defense after fucking losing like 7 starters last year to torn ACLs and torn this and torn that. Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, they're all back. They really had like God was just like, you guys are not going to be competitive this year. Injury, injury, injury. Just dropped it in there.
It
There was
was
at
that
least,
fucking
I remember that, bro. It was like the first 3 weeks of the season. Yo, they lost Solomon Thomas, they lost Bosa, they lost so many people.
it was the playing on the Jets turf because I remember it, and they were just tearing
Mhm.
stuff. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because that's what Noah Font got hurt playing the Jets, and then he was never the same that season too. I had to drop his ass.
not safe at all. I was like, God damn, big dog. God damn. Moving on to our next topic. Shit, we got so many different things to cover still.
I
What's
mean,
next?
let's talk about FSU really quick. Let's talk about the W guy because that boy's starting. He that W, Jameis. Let's go! Shout out to Jameis Winston. I know he's gonna probably throw 20 interceptions, but the man gonna throw for 5,000 passing yards. I swear he is. What's the Mark? What's it, Callaway?
Marquez
Callaway.
Callaway.
Don't be surprised if he has over 1,000 yards this year.
Oh, for
Don't be
sure.
surprised.
To me, did Traquan Smith die or is he just hurt?
No, he's there. It's just I don't understand. Like all I think about when I think about the Saints is Alvin Kamara. Because without Michael Thomas, I just don't think about it. But I just want to see how it's gonna work. Because Kamara eats on those checkdowns and shit. And it's like Winston gonna look at him. He's like, nah, go farther. I gotta throw it
Exactly. He's gonna be like, hey, turn that check down into a wheel route.
going.
And it's like, okay, Jameis, just relax, buddy. We don't need you to start wilding. But to me, if people just think back to that whole clip that we all remember that was going viral on Twitter when Drew Brees leaned over to, we can just say, another unnamed Saints quarterback and said, this is your team now. He was talking to Jameis. He wasn't talking to Taysom Hill, bro. It's
And
just
let's
that
keep it
simple.
real. Yo, Taysom Hill. It's no disrespect to him, but like, if you really think he's a starting quarterback out here, it's like I don't know what to say to you because like you just see it. You see us throwing motions. It's like, yo, that's not a quarterback, bro. I'm not no quarterback whisperer, but it's just, and I don't know too much about the quarterback position when it comes to the mechanics and all that. But that don't look like a quarterback. It does not. I feel like I could make a better throw.
For me, the issues I have with him is they paid him, but they also have the ability to just cut him as well. So that contract is nowhere near guaranteed like everyone thought that he got a year or two ago. That whole
Oh, they green.
exactly, like
They're
it's all
brain.
about fine print and reading in between the lines. And to me, he was never it, bro. Like I'm sorry, BYU quarterbacks, unless you like go to a Fiesta Bowl or one of the BCS bowls back then, you're not really a big name quarterback. Like I'm sorry, he won maybe 7, 8 games a year at BYU. Yeah, you were doing stupid numbers. You pulled off a great upset against Texas. That's amazing. But at the end of the day, that shit don't mean nothing in the NFL. You look like a glorified Tim Tebow basically at this point, and shit, at least you're
Man
still
played
in the
5 years
league.
in college.
Exact. I'm like 5 years, bruh, and
Bro,
now,
5 years, 43 touchdowns, 31 interceptions.
but that's an NFL quarterback.
I don't even know what he was doing, bro. His last year, he threw 12 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He had a 117 rating, but it's just like it's just walky. He has to be. Let me see his rush stats. He got to just be running everywhere because it's like these passing stats. It's like, yo, how is this a quarterback?
Literally.
His
Thank you.
sophomore year, he ran for over 1,300 yards, so I can see why.
Taysom Hill is like the 2021 Tim Tebow, bruh. Like, bruh, there's no
And that's
other way
still
to put it.
disrespectful because Tim Tebow is one of the greatest college football players ever.
Exact.
Oh, I
College
didn't
football.
see it commented. And no, that's a fact. That's a fact. I thought you were saying that. I didn't see this comment, but yeah, it's insane because it's like, yo, they really drafted him and they paid him. I feel like they feel bad for him. They're like, let's give him some bread, and then when it's time and we see Jameis going crazy and his eye vision's fixed and all that, let's cut Taysom because yo, it's not if Jameis gets hurt and Taysom goes in, you guys aren't gonna win a football game. Like, let's keep it real. Alvin
They're
Kamara gonna have
gonna
to play
put like
quarterback,
8
receiver,
people
and
in the
running back.
box, and it's a wrap, bruh. They're
Mhm.
gonna kill Alvin Kamara because you're gonna be like, okay, go deep, Callaway, and then that shit's an interception.
Over
And you
300
don't
touches
have
this year for
slant.
Kamara for
You
sure.
don't have slant boy. So what you about to do?
Slam Boy got too cocky, and the fantasy gods were like, "You're never gonna be healthy again.
We're at it. His
That
ankle
ankle's
is,
gonna haunt you for the rest of your life."
bro. He got to have the ankle that Grant Hill had. Like that. That's the only thing I can think of at this
Their
point
ankles have to be related. It has to be.
because it's like, bro, he's fried. Came back for a playoff game because he knew Drew Brees was about to retire. Fried himself even more.
Came back this year, and he's like, "Oh wait, you know what? Actually, I need surgery again."
To me, that whole situation was just wacky. It was like, bro, you waited to get surgery. They should kill you. Low key, they should kill you. But shit, that whole situation, they had to cut so many people this year just to get back under. And yeah, damn, damn.
Yo, that's funny.
Shit. He not I wouldn't say Jameis is mentally challenged. He just don't make sound decisions off the football field. On the
I just feel like
football
there's just
field,
a bunch
he's
going on
great.
in his head. Like I feel like there's like a Ferris wheel and shit, and he just be it's like just word banks and it's just words coming in. He just say it because some of the shit he be saying is like, bro, are you like you're trying to sound
Bruh,
real
he
smart, but you
literally got suspended for a game at FSU for getting on top of a table and screaming "fuck her right in the pussy" when that was going viral.
he probably he was for sure one of those kids. Yeah,
So it's like, bruh, like the whole crab leg situation. Eat a W, like, bruh. I pray for that boy because
and
if
he's
he
a
wasn't
character.
in the NFL,
Jameis Winston.
I don't know what Jameis Winston would be doing with his life if he wasn't a professional football player. I would be terrified for
He'll be the
that.
pastor. Pastor Winston, he gonna drop that wisdom on you for sure. Jameis Winston, yo, he come in the room, him
He
and
gonna
Ray Lewis
throw a
come in the room.
Bible at somebody. Oh my goodness, it's too many problems with this. It's too many problems with this. Shit, James Robinson, running back one.
No disrespect to Travis, but no, James Robinson is because I couldn't get him last year because he got scooped up like after week one. But he's the best pass catcher on that team. He's a workhorse. Finished top 7 last year. I don't think he'll finish top 7 again, but like top 12 for sure. Who else is over there? You got to ease the load for Trevor. Even though the receivers aren't bad because Laviska he fire.
He's a
Uh,
crackhead. I love
yeah,
him.
and he does everything. DJ Shark isn't bad at all, and then you got the veteran and Marvin Jones is not bad at all. He was just like he's in Detroit, as everyone in Detroit is either underrated or they're just getting their careers are just getting destroyed. Stafford,
I think you really just become depressed in Detroit if we keeping it a buck. It's like the
you know what
equivalent
happened to
to
TJ Hawkinson?
playing for like the Orlando Magic, bro.
But
Like,
TJ Hawkinson came into the league all happy. 2 years later, he looked like a caveman. That's what Detroit. That's what the Detroit Lions organization, not the city of Detroit. It's probably beautiful, but playing for the Lions, you see what happened. Bro, Megatron was like, I can't do this. I am one of the best receivers ever, but I cannot do this anymore. Stafford, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know how you're doing this shit. I
bro
cannot.
didn't even ask for a trade. He just said, "Y'all have taken my will for playing football anymore.
He's
I
still
just
probably be
want to
playing
go
for the
home."
team, man.
Bro, when they talked about, like, people don't even talk about anything. This man Calvin Johnson came out on record and was like, "Bro, I was smoking so much weed after every game. It wasn't even funny.
Fucking lose
And,
by 20 each game. You got to. I do the
and
same.
it's like, bruh, the NFL just let that shit slide. And it's like, bruh, when your superstars is doing it, when niggas is putting up 300 yards and receiving a game, catching it over triple
When
team,
two guys have to line up on you, you know you can do whatever the fuck you want in your
bro,
profession.
he could have literally called Roger Goodell high one night and been like, "Hey, yo, Roger, bring me a pizza." Roger would have ordered the pizza for him. Like, bruh, it's you take care of your stars. Like, it's just that simple, bruh. But another situation that I think needs to be talked about because we kind of brushed over it. Gardner Minshew was traded, but it was where he was traded to, bruh.
Where'd you go?
He went to Philly. There are now 3 quarterbacks in Philly, bruh. I don't really
Flacco's
understand.
still over there?
Flacco is still chilling there.
Oh,
And
Flacco's over there. Where's Nick Foles?
exactly. Nick Foles is in the woodworks. I think he could be out on the West Coast somewhere. I don't know. But the quarterbacks right now for Philly are Jalen Hurts, Joe Flacco, and Gardner Minshew.
Shit, they don't. What I don't know what to say to that. Do they not trust Hurts?
Ex- I'm just like, bro, you went and got Gardner, and it's like,
You ain't get no other veteran. You got some guy who's around his age who you saw him be a starting quarterback the year before.
exactly.
They
So it's
didn't win
like,
that much, but Gardner, like at sometimes you could start him in fantasy. Like he was putting up numbers. He let it. He had heart and he let it
he
go.
gives me Ryan Fitzpatrick vibes. He gives me a lot of those vibes right there because it's like he's gonna be a journeyman. He's someone that you can use and everything
There we
like
go.
that.
Nick Foles in Chicago. I knew he was somewhere.
Yeah, shit. Another place that has 3 quarterbacks, and it's like, bro,
Yeah, we
why?
all know it's Justin Fields show. I don't know why they're not. Matt Nagy's just like I made Andy a promise. I have to play him, bro. You know you're not gonna win shit with Andy Dalton, bro.
Bro, I'm just like, yo, get it together. Like this shit is not looking too good
It's
at
a damn
all.
business, bro. What you promising another grown man because you won't play him, bro? He had his prime, bro. It's called evolution.
Exactly, and it's not only
Can't
that.
throw a
It's
ball
like,
better
bro,
than Justin Fields. He can't run. He can't do anything better than Justin Fields, man.
I'm sorry, but Andy Dalton would be in a way better position if the Dallas Cowboys made the playoffs last year, or if they had a winning record last year. Because Andy
That
Dalton
would be
came
a problem.
in, and bro, they had so much. Ooh, that would have been it. I think that's more issues, Frank, if we keeping it a buck. But Gardner going to the Saints, that's I don't know about that. Cause I still think Jameis starts, but that's a better backup for sure than Taysom Hill. That's a legitimate NFL backup, like we say. Cause Taysom Hill is fucking Tim Tebow. It's no
Yeah.
other way to put that shit, bro. Um, Another quarterback who was named the starter, South Florida legend, Dade County legend at that. Uh, Teddy Bridgewater from Miami Northwestern is now the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. When he first got signed over there, I was like, hey, he's got a shot. I really like it, but I didn't think they were gonna let him actually get the job over Drew Lock. I'm ecstatic for that
No, I'm
shit.
sorry, Drew. I'm sorry, Drew Lock. With while my house phone is ringing, let me pick this up real quick because I got something to say about Drew Lock.
Oh yeah, Drew Lock. I'll touch on it. His high moment for me was when he was dancing on the sideline.
Bro,
Singing.
okay, that's exactly what I was gonna say when he was reciting the Young Jeezy lyrics. That's his highlight because other than that, he just chucks it up the field. He's like, shit, Cortland Sutton has to be down there somewhere. You put Teddy Bridgewater in, Jerry Judy's gonna be a top 15 receiver. Noah Fant, he just has to stay healthy. But Teddy Bridgewater lives on these short passes. Jerry Judy might catch damn near 95 balls. Same thing with Noah Fant, not 95, but around 75, 80. Like I love Teddy Bridgewater. He's super accurate. I think
Teddy
he went
Bridgewater
4-0 when
is
Drew Brees went out.
he's the black Alex Smith, bro.
Teddy
It's not
Bridgewater, a
gonna
great
be
game manager, man. He just gets
it's
disrespected.
exactly. It's not gonna be hella touchdowns. It's not gonna be no 500-yard games. Nothing like that for Teddy. But Teddy gonna go like 20 for 25,
He get you that
20
dub.
yards, 2, 3 touchdowns, get you a dub, and it's like shit. My defense fucking with him.
You got the
And
weapons. Bro, you got Judy, you got Hamler, you got Sutton, you got Font, you got Melvin Gordon, you got Javonte Williams, and then you probably have a top five, top six defense next season. So it's just like, yeah, and then Jerry Judy, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, he's just been disrespected since he got knocked out in Minnesota, and then he tore his ACL in practice the next year. He's come a long way. Shout out to him, South Florida legend. Comes to eating my job when he's down here. He's just the most quiet guy. He's just big as hell. He eat his food and he leave, bro. You see,
Bro, I never forget. Like I saw him in person when I was like maybe 12 or 13, and he was like a senior in high school, and I didn't realize how big he was. I
no,
was
he's
like,
big
yo,
as
this
fuck.
is fucking terrifying. Like he's 6'4", but you don't know that shit at all.
He don't
It's
look
like,
he
whoa.
don't look 6'4". Anytime I seen him, he don't look 6'4". He looked like damn near 6'6", 6'7".
It's
He
like,
was
yo,
quiet as
that's
hell.
another thing that people don't know. Teddy Bridgewater played receiver in high school. That's the wild part.
That's
Crazy.
well. Shout out to Frank. Appreciate you, Frank. We're gonna be coming back every Monday. You know, Trill just had a little. Life is unexpected. We had a little emergency on Monday, but we're gonna be here Monday every single Monday at 6 p.m. Because
Shit, we gonna come at y'all multiple times a
Sunday.
week.
Let's keep it real. We don't even want to record Sunday. It's football. Let's keep it a buck. So we got to move to Mondays right before the Monday night football game.
But we finna come at y'all multiple times a week. Best believe that too. Because it's too much sports happening. Another shit. Before we go into the division winners and everything else, there's one thing in sports we have to touch on. Because it touches so deep to my heart, especially because it's high school football.
Oh, brother.
Fucking Bishop Sycamore. Oh my goodness gracious. Them niggas is wild.
They said you tear your ACL after your AutoZone job. I'd be so mad.
Bruh. Bruh, they were so like they said the rosters they gave to ESPN were just random names.
But it's just like I want to. This is not the first time ESPN does some stupid shit. So it's just like who's in charge of this, and how do they keep getting like away with this? They're just like this school don't even sound real. This shit looks like some shit you make up in Madden with that black, gray, and white uniform. That's the basic
Bruh,
ass uniform you
they
pick.
didn't put any thought into the uniforms at all. They were just like, look, they called up whoever could get them uniforms as quick as possible. Didn't care the brand or anything. They were like, look, we just need some football uniforms. We don't care if the helmets match. We don't care about any of that stuff. We literally just need this stuff to this location because we say that we run in a school. It's not really a school, but we run in something called a school. And when I was reading some of the research that I did on this, bruh, they were staying in hotels. They were just not paying for the hotels. Hotels would just be like, yo, when we getting the money?
Never.
Just have they would just leave, just disappear, go to a new place. And it's like, wait, what? They practiced once a month. They just went from game to game. Bro, they played a game Friday night, came back and played IMG Academy on Sunday. I would, if I was at Everglades and our only game of the season was IMG, I would still think about sitting that game out. The fact that they played 2 games in 72 hours.
But it's like, yo, you gotta give credit to IMG because it's like these kids are 17, 18, and they just beat, not even, they're probably all 17. They just beat the hell out of some grown ass men.
Bruh.
That's how good they are.
They
You know what
probably,
that
when they
is?
were lining up in front of each other, they probably were realizing it because they were like, wait, these are not like anything. Like, these aren't kids. They aren't the same age as me. Their voices
He
are
lined
deep
up
as
across
hell.
him. He's like, yo, this guy looked like my older brother.
I'm like, bro, he's talking about he driving, he going out tonight to the club. I can't go to a club. Like, what? Bruh.
I
It was
can't lie,
so
my
many
confidence go all the
difference.
way up. I can't lie. I know they might be some junior college ex players, but we just beat you guys 56-0. Yeah, we could beat anybody at this point.
Bruh,
Put me against Alabama.
I remember watching the game because I was like, you know what? It's IMG. I just want to see IMG kick someone's ass. I didn't think too much about the game, but there was a clip right before the game, and it's the coach. The coach is on the sideline chugging water, and I was just like,
The boy got drunk.
something feels fishy about this because I've never seen a coach chug water like this, bruh. And then his facial expressions, I was like, yeah. and then it was 30-0 in the second quarter.
He popped the Percocet and that shit was killing, or he popped the Molly and he was sweating like hell, bro.
But they didn't bring a punter. They had 30 kids. They were playing both ways. There's so many issues, like with so many different things about this game, bro. And IMG was just like, "Hey, it don't matter. Just line it up. We finna much y'all.
It don't matter who we play, man. Alabama, Patriots, fake schools, real schools, we
It
win.
don't matter, bro. Just line it up. Get your last bus." But moving on to shit, division winners. I'll let you take the NFC. I'll take care of the AFC, sir.
Bro, hold up, no, because you call me the R word, bro, and I want to know why. Because if Lamar Jackson, see this, his stock went up so much that I might take him in every single money league that I have.
Oh,
Why can't he rush for 1,500 yards? Why can't he do some historic ass shit? Why not? Why can't he do that? Why can't he throw for 3,000 and rush for 1,500?
1,500 yards.
Bro, like, I know it's not realistic. Let's keep it real. He gonna rush. He gonna touch 1,000 for sure. But just imagine, why can't he touch 1,500? He's the best
Okay.
runner you guys got.
Oh, no. I don't disagree with that statement at all. You are 100% true about that. He is our best running back on the roster by far. Even when J.K. Dobbins is healthy, he's probably the best running back on our roster still. So I'll start with that. But if he runs for 1,500 yards,
You going to the Hall of Fame?
forget the Hall of Fame. There's so many issues with that situation, bruh. That means that either Gus Edwards has died. That means that our receivers have died. Something has gone terribly wrong if Lamar Jackson has to run for 1,500 yards, because that's not in the game plan this year. Even if every running back on the roster died and we only could sign Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell, and those were our two starters.
Okay, maybe 1,500 a little too high, but he could maybe touch 1,200.
Yes, 1,200, very much possible.
Okay, but what happens if he has crazy ass runs? Like in 3 of the fucking 17 games, he has like 85-yard plus runs, some shit like that.
Listen, if he runs the way he did, like against
Heisman Lamar.
FSU, exactly against FSU, when he had like 10 carries for 150 yards and just ridiculous stuff like that. If he can average 100 yards a game, then yeah, he'll get to that 1,200, because of course he's gonna sit out, because we blow people out. We just do wild stuff. So it's like we got to take all that into account. But 1,200, a lot more doable, a lot more likely than 1,500, because that's insane, big dog. That's insane. I really don't know what else to say. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like you said, best running back on the team. I won't disagree, but it's too much. It's too much. So go ahead and take away them NFC division winners. You can start with your own, or however you want to do it.
You already know what we're doing, bro. You know the Packers are winning the division. Don't give me that. Shout out to the Vikings. Shout out to Justin Fields and the Bears. And I'm not even gonna talk about that other team because let's keep it real. They probably won't even win 3 games. But let me load up these divisions really quick, bro. Yeah, you could go to your other. You could start off with the
taking away the easiest one, the AFC North. We very much well could have 3 playoff teams like we had last year, just because I didn't expect the Browns to be so good, but at the same time, bro, like we were talking about the other day, that O-line is fucking incredible.
top 3.
Hey, and then you got a top, probably the best backfield in the NFL, because you have 2 starting running backs. So it's like, bruh, it's too many things to take into account. And then you got Big Ben, who actually took his offseason serious for the first time in his life, and he's like 36, 37, which is insane to me. So you take all those things into account, and then, yeah, you got the Ravens, just doing Raven shit, just being goats. Yeah, we're going to have 3 playoff teams again, very possible. I still got the Ravens winning the division, because I don't see the Steelers starting 11-0 again, just because.
I don't see them either, but I'm rocking with the Steelers to win that division just because the weapons over there are way better, and Najee Harris is better than every single one of your running backs. Obviously, I'm not talking about Lamar Jackson, but I'm talking about that their schedule when it comes to their offense is top five easiest. Yeah, Big Ben. Big Ben's not bad. Big Ben just had to get healthy, and he was looking like a 40-year-old father, ready to just go off back to the farm into the sunset. So yeah, we're there, but I'm not talking about the AFC, the NFC. Yeah, I got the Packers, and to go on to the next, there's not really too much explanation. Aaron Rodgers. So there, you got the best receiver in football. When it comes to the stopping the run, we can't. But when it comes to stopping the pass, we're good on that, and I see us being the top two team in the NFC again. And then we could go to the East. Um, the Eagles, I got to see Hurts. We saw him show flashes last year, but I really have to see him. Yeah, going back to the Steelers, Minka Fitzpatrick, that defense is top tier. Um, the Giants, I cannot do any. I can't speak about the Giants until Daniel Jones is not the quarterback, because until then, everything over there is going to waste. The defense is going to waste. Saquon Barkley, generational talent, going to waste. Kenny Galladay went over there for the bag. Respect to him, but your career is going to go down. It's not even the career, but like you're just not going to have fun. Golden Tate, if you're still there, you're not going to have fun. Sterling Shepard, you catch concussions for fun because you don't want to play over there. But
Kadarius Toney.
Darius Tony too, Florida Gator. Shout out to him. But yeah, I'm going with the football team. Fitzpatrick, Scary Terry, wide receiver one this year. Curtis Samuel, Swiss Army knife for football teams over there. Antonio Gibson, RB1 this year. Hey, that boy's fire. You could get him. You could get him in the second round. That's a steal right there. People say he could get a Christian McCaffrey type workload. And yeah, going back to Fitzpatrick, he's just fun to watch, and he gonna let that shit fly. He could be 37, he could be 38, he could be 40. He better than a lot of these quarterbacks in the league right now. That's why he's starting.
And they still ultimately have the best defense in that division by far.
They do. That's why I'm picking them over the Cowboys, because the Cowboys offense is on 1,000, but I can't trust that defense.
Exactly.
Dak has to throw it 50 times. They're gonna score 35, but they're gonna give up 42.
So if for me, that's literally the tiebreaker. It's like if the Cowboys defense decides to actually step on the field this year and put forth effort, then I've got the Cowboys winning that division.
See if Micah
But
Parsons can mold them into something.
exactly, if the Redskins, if the Cowboys cowboy and the Redskins actually can repeat last year, yeah, Redskins gonna be division winners with a way better record.
It's not even Jalen Hurts. That the Philadelphia Eagles defense is hot doo doo. It's still hot doo doo. They can't stop anybody on the outside. And it's just like, it doesn't matter if Jalen Hurts was inaccurate last year. He's still, bro, he's a starting quarterback for a reason. But it's just that defense. I can't trust that defense. You need defense. Like, if you don't got defense, you're going to get, like, he's still going to be, this is his first official year starting the whole season. I can't rock with that defense.
To me, I don't think there's that much doubt in Jalen Hurts because let's face it, I think Cliff Kingsbury can almost be called the new quarterback guru. He's almost going to start moving into that David Cutcliffe class, and he's the Manning whisperer. He worked with Eli, he worked with Peyton, so that's how he has all this claim to fame. He worked with Daniel Jones. That's why everyone thought he was going to be so great. But if people pay attention, Cliff Kingsbury had in back to back to back years. Just listen to this. It goes Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. Then he goes to Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts.
Well, you got Spencer Rattler now?
I'm like, Spencer Rattler is going to be a first round pick next year. So it's like, bruh, they kind of produce these quarterbacks and they're not bad at all. Like, it's just the fact of get them the talent, let them do what they do best. And yeah, man, it's just that simple. Shout out to Perry on Rap Game, already know. But yeah, man, I think it's not really the doubt in Hurts. It's more in that organization. I still think they're doing things totally wrong. And yeah, until they get some shit settled, hell, get him a legitimate running back. Because I don't feel like they've had a real running back since fucking Jordan Howard, Darren Sproles, since you had that whole plethora of people. So
yeah, I still don't believe in Miles Sanders like that.
fuck. Moving on to the AFC South, because that's to me the easiest one to do. I got the Colts winning that.
Ooh, you said the easiest. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You got too much dip on there. You got too much dip on your chip,
If
brother.
Carson Wentz is healthy,
Okay,
like
yeah,
my dog Perry saying, Eagles are a disaster. If
yeah, yeah.
Carson
Yeah.
Wentz is healthy,
Mhm.
I've got the Colts. If he starts doing Carson Wentz things again, then I would assume the Titans have it by default.
I don't think
Me,
he is because you have the RB1 of the 2021 season behind him.
exact.
That's
I'm like,
my hot
to
take.
me, I like the Colts for a lot of reasons, and I'm just like the Titans. Everyone is kind of getting. It's like damn near. You look at it, it's four teams you have to try to stop in the AFC right now. The big four. It's the Chiefs, who are still way above everyone else, and then you have Buffalo, Tennessee, Baltimore. So people will have Tennessee on notice. They're gonna load the box and make Ryan Tannehill try to beat you consistently because look, no one wants to have to deal with Derrick Henry. He's a
Yeah.
motherfucking animal. I've seen the tweets where they pulled up his high school stats recently, and I'm like, I remember this. I remember this because he's from Florida, and that shit's terrifying.
I think he's the only player in history to run for 2,000 yards in high school, college, and the NFL. He's a grown ass man with bills.
He did 2,000 yards as a freshman. He did
Bro,
4,000 as a senior.
bro, his senior year, you showed me he was having 350, 400 yard games, and it's like I would just be done, be like, Coach, throw in the towel. You could go out there and you can't even stop him, bro. It's over.
I'd be like, bro, unless we got a sniper sitting up in the coach's booth right now to shoot him, there's no way we about to get to win. Stop him? Fuck no. Come on, bro. We just here to have fun. My mama just want to take a picture of me and make sure I got my jersey on. That's it. That's it. Let's not make this any harder than we have to. Moving on to me, another toss up, the AFC East. Every part of me wants to say the Buffalo Bills, but it's something about the Dolphins. They got a lot of hype. I don't know if it's me following all these Dolphins or being around the Dolphins for all these years and all this shit, but Tua looking kind of nice.
I think
They
he's
got
gonna be.
weapons.
Uh-huh.
It's so much. We both Miles Gaskin is probably the most underrated starting running back in the NFL by far. So yeah, bro, I'm rolling with the Dolphins, and that hurts to say for so many reasons. The 0-15 game when they beat us, I was there in person. So yeah, this hurts for a lot of reasons to say that the Dolphins are gonna do good this year, but it's the truth, bro. They they rolling. They got top
Yeah,
corners.
I think they're gonna make it easy for Tua to move the ball, and the defense is there. The defense
I
has
didn't even
been
talk
there.
about probably to his top receiver and Mike Gesicki. Like he's going to eat this year.
You get Devontae Parker. Hopefully, he's healthy now. Let's see what happens in a month or 2 months when his heel or some shit starts hurting him. But yeah, I wrote this shit. I think this is one of my first NFL articles in the beginning of the year. It's like, yeah, the Dolphins are going to win that division, and it's going to be settled in that second matchup because I think they play Buffalo first, and then Buffalo has to come down here in the winter when it's fucking in the winter down here in South Florida is 95 degrees. So yeah, let's see what Josh Allen can do. But yeah, I got the Dolphins in that division too, 100%. And then going to, I mean, the South, let's keep it real. The Jesus wants Tom Brady to win as many rings. They have the easiest schedule this year. They have all 22 starters coming back, which you never fucking hear all 22 starters coming back on a professional team. The Bucks are going to win that division. Let's keep it real. The Falcons, there's going to be an injury that happens and the team falls apart. The Saints, let's see what Winston's about. And the Panthers, I got Sam Darnold finishing top 10. That's my hot take, but it's Tom Brady. Let's come on. The world wants Tom Brady to be great, and the Bucks are going to win that division hands down. You could go put it. You could go put any amount of money on there. You know they're going to win that division.
It's pretty interesting right here. What my man Frank said. I don't think that they should even entertain that whole Deshaun Watson thing at this point.
But you got to give up. So you got to give up 4 first rounders. You probably give up two. What's the point? You got something right here. You literally have it.
Exactly. And I'm like,
Give
at this
them a
point,
chance, dog. Like
I'm like, bro, just this is the thing that I was just talking about the other day. They try to write off players in sports way too quickly now. Whether it's in basketball, baseball, football, soccer, it really doesn't matter. If you come in and start playing early, they want to try to write you off. They want to try to say what your career is or is going to be by year 2 or year 3. And it's like, bro, that makes no absolute sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't. Because let's face it, if you looked at Kobe Bryant, year 2, year 3, no one could have predicted the shit he was finna do.
Hey, Kobe
So,
was airballing free throws his rookie. I mean, his airballing 3 pointers his first year. Rest in peace to that legend. It's
so
not
it's
how you
like,
start; it's
bro,
how you finish, brother.
I mean, I don't disagree on that, Frank, because to me, last year, I didn't understand that whole pull to a, put him in, pull to a, put him in.
You got the security blanket behind you in Fitzpatrick. Now we gonna see for real. You got to give two of that 1 year of starting because you can't. It's not Fitzpatrick not there. He across the country, bro. You got to go to fucking Washington to go see him. Like it's not gonna work. Tua is going. Tua could be getting his ass beat. He gonna have to stay in. I don't even know who the backup is for them.
Jacoby Brissett, another Florida boy.
No, bro, fuck Joe, bro, man, fuck that guy. I picked him up last year, starting him a game. He was going crazy. That week, of course, guess what he does? Like 15 points.
Oh, I
I
thought he was back with
the stress is about to start next week. I already know, man. Goddamn fantasy football. That's
yeah,
about.
man. We got a draft on Sunday. Think about that. That's great.
I got 3 drafts. Winton. Guess how many leagues I'm in? I'm gonna win 75% of them. I'm in 42 leagues. I'm gonna win 75% of them. I'm gonna do this from Broward County.
I can't even do the math on how many leagues you would have to win in order to make that 75%.
Bro, but
That's
let's keep it real, bro. More than half of these leagues are the free leagues that you just join in ESPN with people that I have no idea or I'll never see or I'll never meet. So it's not like I'm gonna be paying attention to them. I'm paying attention to the Dynasty leagues, the Unwrapped league, my Crackle Barrel league, the Nothing But Facts league, and then I got another league that I was defending champ because I had a Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen stack. And you saw what
okay.
happened last year with that.
Uh, moving on to probably the easiest division to pick in all of football, the AFC West.
Is it really that easy?
Okay, if one trade happens, if somehow who was on the market, because I think we were talking about it the other day, but if Oakland makes a trade, fuck, who was Oakland rumored to get? Oakland was rumored to get somebody, but if they
You talking
trade,
about the Devontae Adams talk?
it could have been that, but no, I think it was
No,
something
there
that,
was talk for that, but like, no, that shit done.
yeah, but I still think it's the easiest division to pick. Like, bruh, it's
I think the
Washington.
Chiefs are gonna win, but it's gonna be very competitive because every time they play the Chiefs, they know that's the big brother, that's the big dog. We're gonna go at him, and it's like the defense over there in Denver, they give them a hard matchup every single time. The Chargers defense is not bad, and now you got that matchup with Herbert. You know Herbert's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, and then the Raiders, I don't know with the Raiders, man. They're just cool to watch. They're just happy to
They
be there.
want Khalil Mack back. That's how bad it is.
You
That's
got so
all you
much
need
for
to
him,
know
and you
about
want
the
to trade so much
Raiders.
just to get him back. What was the point of trading him? Yeah, I think they just have to restart. Everything happened. AB came. AB was like, "You to the general manager, I'm gonna punch you in your shit. Get the hell away from me." And then it just went downhill from there. They got rid of their whole offensive line. It's just like I don't
John
know.
Gruden thought it was really gonna be like the good old days. He showed up. He saw AB flip out. He called his wife and he was just like, "Yo, they tripping up here.
I should have stayed on ESPN.
I
I,
should have
was,
stayed on TV. I don't
I
want to
was
do this
getting
no
paid
more.
good. I was getting vacation. I was like, now
I had to
this
work one
this
day
man
a
is
week."
having a CTE attack in front of me. What the hell do you want me to do?
He's like, all I had to do was my little QB camps, have them draw up plays on the board
Bro, that
around
shit is insane. You
halftime.
remember that? You remember the AB saga? Like you drafted him and Juju the same year. Your team was looking stacked, and it kept
Brad, this
spiraling, kept
it
going, it kept going.
continues. Like, I forgot who it was. Last year was the death of the quarterbacks because Big Ben died for a period,
Oh, yeah,
and
and
then
you took Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. It was back to matter of fact, no, it was back to back years for Drew Brees because last year it was Drew Brees' whole body. The year before it was his thumb when he broke it on
Oh
damn
yeah, on
near
the
Aaron
helmet.
Donald's head. And bruh, my team be cursed.
What this year? What you lost Travis before the season started, and who was your other guy that you lost?
Bruh, Jamar Chase can't catch a football to save his life, but he out here
And
dropping his wife.
he's hitting pregnant women. He just don't care. He out here. He's like shit. I don't really care. I'm Jamar Chase. I'm
It,
having bad luck too. I lost Dobbins for the year.
bruh, that's JK we gonna be alright. I got Lamar Jackson. Shit, life gonna be alright. I can tell y'all everybody to pick up on the Ravens now that JK is out, but yeah, it's about to be a cold fall for JK Dobbins. My dog gonna be back and better, but he was supposed to go stupid this year. Like everyone had him either as breakout player of the year, at the very
That was
least
my number
1,000
one
yards.
breakout player. Over 10
At
touchdowns, over 1,000.
like, bruh,
So depressing, bro.
he was gonna fucking eat. But
If
we've
Mark
covered.
Ingram finished as a top 12 back, over 1,000 yards, over 10 touchdowns at age 30, 31, 32, J.K. Dobbins was gonna, man.
But that also means that Gus Edwards is going to do the same. He's going to eat. He does not play these games with these children.
But
He
that's the
should.
thing. I don't like. I know Gus Edwards gonna do his thing, but it's like if I'm in my work league and all these money leagues, it's like I really want like Lamar Jackson. Like I just think he's like it's gonna elevate even more, and he's gonna have the like, cause it's like you're the receivers are there. You know, Hollywood got his college number, so let's see if he could do something. But you know, he's still 5'8", 155 pounds. But it's Sammy Watkins because Bateman has to get healthy. But let's see what Sammy Watkins could do because it's
To
like
me, it's going to be the unknown receivers this year because Sammy and Hollywood will get all that attention. James Prochet has been going stupid all training camp and preseason. I think he's had multiple touchdowns in multiple games.
mhm.
Tylan Wallace, our other rookie, going dummy, fourth round pick out of Oklahoma State, should have been a way higher pick. If anyone goes and looks at his highlights, he should have been a second round pick at worst. But it was just how deep this draft was. And then we still have Devin Duvernay, who runs a 4.3, 4.2 40 and built like Tyreek. So yeah, we've got talent. It's just spread the ball around and trust them to do their job. It's just that simple. Because all I ever do is legit have PTSD and think back to that Titans game when we had 7 drops.
But yeah, that's when the slander started for Lamar, and it wasn't even his fault.
Bro, receivers had the ball hit him in the chest. They was
They were like,
wow,
"Nah, we good." But yeah,
just
going to the last division, the West. You know, Russ is over there, Kyler's over there. I don't know what to think about San Fran until Jimmy G gets out of there. I'm rocking with the Rams. That offense was looking crazy with Jared Goff. So what do you think is going to do with the most underrated player of the past 10 years and Matthew Stafford? That
I still
offense.
think Stafford can
You,
launch his sparks.
you won't go wrong draft if you wanted to draft Cooper Cup and Robert Woods. You really wouldn't. I wouldn't stack him with Matthew Stafford. I don't want to take him in fantasy. I never have. But when it comes to those receivers, Woods and Cup, they're both going to see over 100 targets easily. They're both going to have over 85 catches. That's that offense besides Higby. Cam Akers ain't over there anymore. Darrell Henderson and Sony Michelle. So it's like those two receivers. Cooper Cup is probably the best slot receiver in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Robert Woods, probably he's a veteran, 29 years old. He could still give you wide receiver 2 numbers and occasionally give you that breakout wide receiver 1 game.
Uh, I mean, I may hold you on that because I'm trying to think of
At least
another
top 3.
slot. Oh,
Top 3 because Cooper Cup, he like in the slot ain't like.
top three for sure. But I'm like, off
I
the
know there's
top of
probably
my
some others
head,
over there.
I'm like, there's probably one other crap. Tyler Lockett. I don't know if he's classified as a slot or what the
See, I
fuck
don't
he's
know, but Tyler
classified as.
Lockett, that's Doug Baldwin's. That's Doug Baldwin right now. I don't know what he does. He just does. He's just there. He's
He
gonna have
does
over 1,000 yards.
ridiculous shit, and I'd be like, "Yo, shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to you because you be making it happen." But I think we have covered literally everything, all divisions, pick division winners. Oh, we got to talk about the games that we're most excited to see in week one because
Shit,
I got
you
a
need to
few.
look this schedule because I gotta find the schedule real quick, man.
I'm like, of course, prime time, Monday night. The first time it's not a Monday night doubleheader. It's the only Monday
It's
night
pretty. Yeah,
game.
it got me kind of sad, man.
Oh no, it does have me a little sad too because it was lit to always have 2 games, especially one starting at 10:30, 10:15. But
Damn,
yeah,
there's
man.
so many games like that I want to watch. Like, there's so many games to look at. I want to see Pittsburgh at Buffalo because I want to see Najee Harris against that Buffalo defense. I want to see Josh Allen against that Pittsburgh defense. You got fucking, you got Jacksonville at Houston on that's trash. You got
You got
Cleveland at
Tua versus Mac Jones.
Tua, Mac, Tua against Mac. You got Cleveland at Kansas City. Let's see what that defense is about, or if the Browns are going to Browns as they always do. You got my Packers at New Orleans, and then Chicago at Los Angeles. Hopefully, Andy Dalton has the worst first quarter in history, and then Justin Fields comes in and saves the day, and the rest is history. But
That
yeah,
would be
those games are crazy. I also want to see the first game that you got here is Philadelphia at Atlanta. We didn't talk about Kyle Pitts, but he's the truth.
Bruh, I mean, there's a reason. Hopefully, there's a reason they took him with this fourth pick.
Bro, he's
Or
gonna. They're saying he's lining up as slot. He's lining up as the outside receiver. He's lining up as
oh no, no,
every.
no, he can. I just hope that at this point you got to use him like that. It's like, look,
They have to, bro. What else
Ridley,
is it? It's like it's after Calvin Ridley. Are you gonna rely on Kyle Pitts or no disrespect Russell Gage? Russell Gage, he's finally gonna step in and see what it's like to be a second wide receiver. But I'm gonna rock with Kyle Pitts as the second option on that team, and some weeks the first option.
Hayden Hurst is also going to be a name to remember on that team. He's going to be the starting tight end unless they cut him. But
No, don't cut him. He could produce. That boy fire.
he's shit. It's going to be some sights to see. For me, number one, of course, Monday night, Baltimore versus Oakland. Well, not excuse me, Las Vegas.
Bro, is it me or do the Raiders play every Monday week 1?
It feels like it. They usually are somewhat involved. I know for sure it's always a West Coast team is involved in it. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
The other game, I don't know if it's the Florida in me that's coming out, but I gotta see Mac versus Tua.
No. I gotta see that. Yo, I think everybody's
Like,
watching the game.
I don't ever say I have to watch a Dolphin game, but I'm gonna watch that Dolphin game.
Bro, that game's gonna be exciting. It's just because it's the rookies. Like it's literally rookie versus rookie, and both defenses are not bad at all. And you got Bill Belichick
From the
against
same
every
school
disciple.
that like there's so much to take into account. Lastly, it's hurting to say this, but it's either a toss up, like you said, between that Buffalo Pittsburgh game or Kansas City and Cleveland. Like,
Kansas City and Cleveland might be game of the week. Let's keep it real.
because if Cleveland decides to show up, OBJ is healthy, Jarvis is doing Jarvis things, and
Yeah,
they're
crowning him out
moving the
with
ball
Garrett.
around. It'd be a great game, but at the same time, this could also be just like the IMG game from the other day and be fucking 30-0 in the second quarter. So it's got the potential to go both ways.
I think what the Browns did last year showed everyone what what's gonna continue. I think they're gonna be good. I just don't think like people got them as like a top 5 team and shit like that. Like no, bro, I don't trust Baker 100%. It's like 70% there for me.
Frank preaching. Falcons O-line is hella suspect. I won't cap on that. And our friend Drew he could vouch for that shit, bro. Because they be going through it, big dog.
It sucks, but ever since 28-3, it's been downhill, and it's just like that. So it's really true when you say you might never see the Super Bowl again. So enjoy it because it's 28-3, and it ain't been the same since. And it's not Matt Ryan's fault. Don't say it's Matt Ryan's fault. Anybody that's thinking that, you're wrong. It's not Matt Ryan's fault at all. Statistically, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Statistically, if you want to go with the numbers.
Hey, Matt Ryan's a dog. He gets the job done. Don't hate on that man. He's really the only reason why people are still watching the Falcons.
I have no idea why you froze, Joe, but I hear you. You just froze, man.
Hey, my internet's getting bad, so just go ahead and close us out, big dog.
Yes, sir. As always, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, as you see down below, MBF_Trill, MBF_Clo. On Twitter and Instagram, MBF_podcast. I had to look at that comment real quick. But yeah, the Falcons, I pray for them. And on YouTube, MBF_podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Nothing but facts all together. We'll see you next week, Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Y'all check us out. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental, your chicken. Yeah, come on. Go buy some LaMelo Ball cards. Price going
Shout
up.
out Lamar. Shout out the Ravens. That's all I know.
Shout out to LeVar, father of the year, father of the century, man.
spoke. Hey, speaking into existence. That's
Hey,
all you need to know.
Melo was the
Speak
best
into
one, and he's
existence.
never wrong. Hey, roll tide. I can't wait to see them against Miami.
Said,
They're probably gonna beat
hey,
them 59-0.
I've got an upset, Frank. I got Miami.
But
beating
Nick
Bama.
Saban
I
about
got
to,
Florida
Nick
State
Saban
beating
about to
Notre Dame.
humble all the UM fans.
Look
They
right now.
know.
Go to your bookies. Florida State over Notre Dame. Miami over Bama.
Hey, close it out. Close it out. Frank gonna report us. Ain't no way Alabama losing. Close it out, brother. Y'all take